Hola a todos los que nos siguen en iRock. Hoy tenemos una nueva entrevista junto al vocalista y guitarrista de la gran banda danesa Vola, quienes estarán de vuelta en Chile en marzo para tocar en el cl.prog. Así que estamos junto a Asger, vocalista y guitarrista de Vola. Hello, how are you?
I'm very good, thanks. How are you?
I'm great too. And where are you now?
Nice. I'm in Copenhagen in Denmark in my apartment.
Great. Well, let me start talking with about all this awful situation with the fire that attacked your storage. Uh,
Yeah.
we're so sorry. And how have you managed all the chaos and loss? Have you had time to reveal like the van in terms of what you lost?
Yeah, it's been a like a busy month. Um just yeah, like the fire happened in the middle of December, so like the Christmas time that should have been just um being relaxed and
Yeah,
just
celebration.
being with your family and not thinking about work too much. That became a period of figuring out what to do with all this gear that's been lost, and the same with January now. But we've compiled a list of everything that's been lost, and we are in the process of buying new stuff. And of course, it's been incredible to see how people have supported us through donations and yeah,
Yeah.
just by favors, by gifts, by just you know in helping us in any way possible, and that's been amazing. So we feel very fortunate, and it's uh, it's bringing us back to a point where we can tour again. So it's amazing.
Yeah, all this union and solidarity is touching and inspiring also. I don't know if you were working in new music and if this situation changed your visions, composition, planification.
Well, it's a good question. Like for me, lyric wise, what the songs are about usually just like emerge in consciousness from where I don't know. But it's it will be interesting to see if any sentences about losing things we hold dear and things burning down, stuff like that. If that will come up in future songwriting, it's I don't know if it's something that I would choose to do consciously, but it's always interesting to see what the mind presents for you. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Great. And talking about your last album, how do you feel about the reception of the Friend of a Phantom album?
Yeah, it was really good. It was I think it was difficult to make the follow up for Witness, like the album that came before that, because I really feel like we achieved something very special with that album, and the songwriting and the production and mix just fulfills sort of every dream I had about an album. So how could we top that? Um, and maybe we didn't top it, but I think we created something equally interesting. Um, and luckily, our listeners feel the same way. That's my perception, at least.
Yeah.
Um, so we saw like our audience grow, playing bigger venues, getting more attention in the media. Um, of course, nothing went viral or anything. It wasn't like we're suddenly playing arenas.
Yeah.
But it's been like an organic growth that we've also seen from the albums that came before, um, and that's good enough for us.
Well, how important to you is incorporate new sounds and stuff in your records?
How important it is?
Yeah,
I think it's really important to keep it fresh for yourself. I know it's a cliche, but writing the same album twice is just very discouraging. Um, like you've spent so much time with with that specific material, and now you just want to do something different for it to feel exciting. Um, so I I feel like every new album should contain something that wouldn't have fit on the album that came before it. Something something that's a little radical, and and yeah, that's a big motivational factor, I would say. And like the way I sort of judge what we do is I try to listen to our music as if it was created by another artist, uh, and I want to create something that I can be a fan of myself. Um, and one way to do that is to sort of surprise yourself with production elements, um, and yeah, just making it something different that will yeah, surprise your mind. So that's a constant process to try to do that.
great. Well, and you're about to start a tour. How is everything with that? You will be in Japan for the first time, then you will
Yeah,
come back to Latin America, and you will also be playing in countries where you've never been before.
yeah.
How is everything with that?
It's very exciting to visit new countries and experience the culture, and the cities, the audiences, of course. Um, and yeah, we're lucky to go to, yeah, Costa Rica, Argentina, Colombia, Japan, of obviously, and Australia also. So it's going to be lots of different impressions that I'm looking very much forward to. I don't look forward to the jet lag from flying. That's the downside.
Yeah.
But once that has sort of drifted away, it's always a great pleasure to be where we decide to be.
And how do you remember your previous shows here in Chile?
Very energetic crowds and very friendly people. Um, yeah, I just remember it as being like high energy concerts. Like the way the audience reacts means a lot to me when I'm on stage. Um, so when I headbang, I want the audience to headbang also,
Of course.
and they might do it a bit more wild than me, and then I get sort of motivated to do it even more. So it's this synergy that builds up to something, and the greater this peak can be, the better the show very often. We played some shows where people sit down, and I've always worried that I couldn't get into this process of like the band and the audience feeding off each other in terms of energy. But those have been great experiences as well. Um, but yeah, very good energy in Chile. So
Great.
I'm looking forward.
Well, I enjoy so much your shows here, especially your debut. How do you face your shows when they are in venues that with so different size?
Yeah, it sort of determines what we can do with our lights, for example.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um, like we have to somehow make our stage production fit the the venue, but I always go into it with the same mindset, and that is to just yeah, give 100% and um, have a party with the audience or win them over if they're a bit skeptic. So I just do my thing and hopefully people follow along.
yes. I was going to ask you about your lights because I know you prepare it with a special dedication. You work with somebody for the lights. And how do you approach this for the next tour?
Yeah, we just um, like of course we have to do something a bit smaller when we fly, but then we can do if we're in a big bus. But generally we always try to do something bigger for each album, um, and more complex, like see what we can add to make it even more grandiose. Um, so it's a bit like making music, I would say. Just like see where it can see where we can go from here to make it something that's even more exciting to us.
That is great, man.
Like
Thank
that?
you. Yeah.
Okay.
How is
Okay,
it?
cool.
How is the pronunciation of your last name? Asger
Uh, Mygind?
Mygind. Ah, okay, okay.
Mygind, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a bit special.
yeah. Well, thank you so much for this conversation. I hope you have a great day and see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.